Okay, back to hopefully the finale of the game. I'm not sure. That's at least what I'm. Well, it looks like it's going towards the end of the most expensive game, so don't assume it's gonna be super long. It's been actually long enough for the price. So. Drinks and everything should be sorted. I know it's a few trophies I can do, but let's finish the game. I'm not a platinum hunter in the same regard I used to be. Kind of hard when I'm streaming games. Some games I will platinum, of course, but
the things people come up with.
okay, Rasputin is okay to read about. He's an interesting character. Yes, I moved. I'm just gonna do one run here. I think I lack one poster probably to just get a silly trophy. It's about remove all the posters about myself. It was limited how many places I could go, so I assume it should be here. Unless it's one on each map. And I'll, the story will take me to another map. That can also be very likely. Check that. Okay. There's one place to check. Just let's finish the game. Too easy to get focused on trophies sometimes, so...
You made it, my friend. Wonderful.
About what happened in the church. Did you get what you'd hoped for?
Yes, although bloodshed was not part of my plan. But apparently, such was God's will. But I'm sure that the news of that boy's miraculous recovery has reached the right ears. Time will tell, of course.
Why didn't you help me when they locked me up in the Citadel?
God is my witness. Did I not send Lazarev to find you? Did they ask you anything during your captivity?
I didn't give them the opportunity to ask questions.
It's good that you're here. That God guided you to me again.
What's the occasion? Do you want to thank me for something again?
Not today. Today, all of you gathered at this table are equally important. I want to celebrate you with this humble supper. I hope you'll join us.
Grigori, we have to talk.
That sounded serious. And one should sit down before discussing serious matters. Perhaps during supper. Will you join me?
Did you invite the press?
My sermon must have made quite an impression on her. Good.
Tell me more about this occasion.
What do you want to know?
The corner near the brothel. It was cozier at the Nadarzyńskis.
But today, we wouldn't all fit. Look around and see how many believers we've gained.
Are you saying that they were attracted by the miracle at the church?
Of course, and a brothel is as good a place as any other. Better even. Here, lust trumps propriety, and nakedness is a symbol of truth. We're celebrating truth here today. Truth in community.
You went to a lot of trouble to prepare this supper. To what purpose?
I wanted to meet, to talk, to show my gratitude to those of you who have persevered on the path of truth, and stand with me, despite adversity. Bless you.
Who can I expect to see at this supper?
It's difficult to mention everyone. My flock keeps growing, but people are different. Strong, wise, weak, dumb. Some stumble and never get back up. They will be missed today. I pray for their souls. What's important is that you came back.
A discerning Thaumaturge would notice that your supper resembles the Last Supper, the one from the Bible.
A supper like any other. There is a host, his guests, food, and drink. I believe this meal will not be my last.
That will do.
So, will you join us now?
All right, I'll stay. And what do you plan to do after supper?
God created a world and placed a beautiful garden within it in the east. Then, he placed a man there. The plan is for us to meet in paradise as well, because there we will get that which we deserve, my friend. No more, no less. Do you recall our conversation over your father's grave, when I asked who you feel you are? You did not know the answer then, but now you must make a decision. Soon, I'll be able to give you anything you want. It's enough for you to believe.
We are making a deal here, Grigori. I'm interested in the results.
Amen. We'll talk more about the future soon, my friend. But my bladder's calling. And Victor, I am telling you now before it happens, so that when it does take place, you may believe that I am he.
The devil? What a son of a bitch.
Water! People, give me water!
Is he dead? Oh, God. He's dead!
Like I said, the devil.
I'll get you. It's okay.
Ah, the devil. God, I mean.
Is this what death is like? An infinite void? Where am I? Is this hell? Well, I could have seen it coming.
I'm telling Mom, all you Thaumaturges are crazy.
And the teacher said,
Victor, is there rats here in the classroom with us right now? I almost pissed myself.
Cozy.
slow down, you'll get your clothes all dirty.
I'm the head of this family, and I deserve respect. You'll put me in an early grave. This is the end. You've lost. Did you not hear what I said? This is the end.
Has death come for me and dragged me to hell if I can still see you?
Hell must wait until a verdict is reached. And a verdict requires a trial.
What trial? Is this some sort of court? Barbarit.
Yes. A trial over the conscience of Viktor Shulsky.
Of what do I stand accused?
And what weighs on your conscience? A clay colossus. A beautiful, destructive force.
The threat you visited upon us.
Yes. And do you understand why? Good. So you understand that every victory requires sacrifice. And the end only justifies the means. Ultimately, the golem rests at your side, correct?
Yes, I made the right decision, and I won't change my mind.
What about Lygia? It's your fault, but pride made you tear the ambition from your sister. You have so many flaws already. What use do you have for another one? Your sister will never be the same again. Good. The defendant learns from his mistakes. Very good. Go on.
Enough. Starting now, we're doing things my way. Release me.
You're in charge here, remember? If you wish to skip the trial, it will be so. Are you ready to hear the verdict?
Enough. You have no right to judge me. Not after what kind of father and husband you were. Enough, I say. This is not my end.
Look how skillfully you wield this mighty pride. You have turned it into a real weapon. Take it, and begin one of the paths ahead of you. There you will find out how your story ends. This is the only way you can atone for your transgressions.
Are you talking about Rasputin and the coterie?
There may be other paths available. Which one do you prefer?
What do you want to tell me?
That you can reach the world, following paths less trodden. Does it surprise you? After all, you can play against the rules. But now, focus on what's in front of you. So... why the coterie?
Because you never managed it, I'll show you that I can.
So, you accept everything that was meant for you, and you will use it as you see fit. Are you happy with events taking this course?
Yes, I want this.
So, remember what it is you're feeling now, when the time for the trial comes.
And you? What would you do in my place?
I died beneath that tenement house. What you see is an embodiment of your pride, conscience, or doubts. Those are the things you're arguing with, you dope. You are your own worst enemy. Go now.
Will I ever see you again?
That's entirely up to you. You are in charge here.
Let's meet in paradise, the garden near the fountain. You are Peter, a rock, and upon this rock I will build my church, and all the powers of hell shall not prevail against it. I don't remember how I ended up here. Is it possible that what happened near the brothel was just a dream? You're right. A dream wouldn't hurt like this. I have an idea who the author is, but I don't know how it's possible. I have no idea where to look for this paradise and garden. I'll think about this later. Ligia?
You're up. How do you feel?
You took care of me. Thank you.
I took care of everything. And I will admit that, as usual, your timing is impeccable. Go back to bed, Victor. All the nightmares will end soon.
Where is Grażynka?
She left to get some supplies. It's hard to buy anything now, but she left yesterday and still hasn't come back. Maybe she just had to hide somewhere and is waiting.
Is everything all right? You look concerned.
With riots and murders on the streets? How did you get that idea?
Father's old musket put me in such a mood.
The entire city has gone insane. The Governor General has closed the borders and isn't letting anyone leave. People have barricaded themselves in their homes.
Maybe the Russians are waiting for us to kill each other ourselves. And they may be right.
Only madmen roam the streets now.
I won't let you get hurt as long as I live. I promise.
I think I'll manage. Did you intend to inform me that you escaped from the Citadel?
I didn't intend to tell you at all.
I understand that you wanted to surprise me. It's a good thing I like surprises. I guess I'm most worried about Grażynka right now.
Did someone come here when I was asleep? Did we have any visitors?
Apart from myself, Uncle, and Grażynka, I didn't let anyone in. The streets are not safe. Why do you ask?
I found an unusual letter on the nightstand about a garden of paradise.
What letter? The only garden that's being talked about now is the one at Dolinka Szwajcarska. The Tsar and his entourage are planning to have a garden party in a park there.
Would you use the phrase garden in the east to describe Dolinka?
In the east? Dolinka is south of here. The only eastern thing about it is its guests.
What is this party at Dolinka Szwajcarska?
The Tsar is celebrating his son's birthday.
I was in Mirov earlier, and the store is still standing. You can rest easy.
At least there's one thing we don't have to worry about.
This chaos in the city. How long has it been going on?
3 days. Uncle brought you here, half dead, 3 days ago.
So today is...
The last day of summer.
Happy birthday?
Surprise.
I thought I'd find you in worse health. I see you've once again managed to avoid the consequences of your decisions. I'm afraid I must put a stop to this. You are under arrest for taking part in a conspiracy against the Tsar and engaging in terrorism. You'll also be held accountable for escaping from the Citadel and for your active support of the Socialists, the enemies of the Empire.
Try and force me, Chief.
I came as soon as I could. Thank you for calling. I promise that I won't forget what you're doing. Your father would be proud if he were to see you now. He also had a gift for making the right calls in difficult circumstances. Shall we?
I would never stab you in the back, sister. You broke my heart. I know Chief has plans for you. I think both of you deserve each other.
I did what was best for the family.
You don't have a family anymore.
I didn't receive an invitation, so I decided to drop in on my own. After all, today is a Shulsky family holiday.
Mr. Nejitz, Warsaw will get rid of 2 pests today.
Wanna share any other fantasies? Don't worry about the broken window pane, Victor. I'll deduct it from the 5 rubles you still owe me.
Oh, fuck. I started wrong here.
I won't beg for mercy, if that's what you were hoping for.
I loaded my piece today. Just say the word, and the balding prick will lose the other half of his face.
Shoot.
Nyejits. Loyal to the end. Like a dog. Like his father. Are you going to let this mongrel deprive you of the pleasure? You're next, Ligia. They'll deal with you as soon as my corpse hits the ground. A unique birthday gift. Yes, you're a born murderer after all. What are you waiting for?
I'm not waiting.
Now your sister.
What have you done?
Would you prefer it was me?
You're going to leave it like this? I won't have any part in it.
We'll handle him. Just don't make any more calls.
Lots of good material for a poem here. But that's for later. I'll go fetch the shovel.
I could help you more.
No, it's your birthday.
Rest in peace, Chief. You've known me better than anyone for so many years. You were always with me, and you always will be. We have to talk about our future. Any ideas? I was thinking about our Thaumaturge friends. Who will understand better than him? Apart from you, of course. You're right. We both owe a lot to Rasputin. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be talking now. But his path, even if it does lead to the Romanovs' court, is uncertain. And the price of following it is unknown. Do you think Rasputin could have survived? The letter, yes. But it doesn't decide anything. He could have sent it before visiting the brother. But if he's alive, can we trust him? He may take us to see the Tsar, but what will be the price? Tough choice, isn't it? Let's not waste any more time. Let's try to resurrect my father's cause. Let's return to our magical friends. Rasputin will have to return from the dead alone.
Just gonna do that save because it gives a trophy.
No, it's your birthday.
Rest in peace, Chief. We have to... Let's not... Let's see if our bearded monk is even a... Farewell. Let's go to Pep.
and just make a save game here.
No, it's your birthday.
You've known me better than anyone for so many years. You were always with me, and we have... Do you think... But if he... I was... You're right. Tough. Let's not waste any more time. Let's try to resurrect my father's cause. Let's return to our magical friends. Rasputin will have to return from the dead alone. I need a carriage. Is this one free?
Sir, they want a bribe from me. Help.
Look, Private. This one's even got a book. The brass will be happy. Tell these two about their rights.
You have none. By virtue of the decree on the martial law, you have been classified as suspicious characters. We will escort you to the Citadel.
Unless some sort of a gift convinces us you are innocent.
So this what soldiers of the Russian Empire look like. A bunch of pathetic bribe takers with no honor and no sense of duty.
Suit yourself, magician. We'll see just how much honor you have when you end up in the Citadel. Let's get him. Doesn't have to be in one piece.
This is now a shut-up, so I can be political correct.
Dear sir,
I have no idea what you did to them, but today I will drive you for free. We just have to be careful. Some of the districts are cut off by the authorities. Still, today's rides are on me.
I come in peace.
Lovchenju dushunju leben. Effen mir det dier. Ik steh einer Halleien. Abschein Rakmones auf mir. Ich hab mir nicht mit Weimen eins zu beheften, mit keinem kein Wort zu reden. Es geht mir aus meine Keuches und Kräften, dem Teuer ist mir abzuwägen.
I knew that if you were alive, you would show up.
If not death, then what stood in your way?
A certain bearded friend of mine has kicked up a storm in the city. The town has gone crazy. I saw people furious at Thaumaturges. I never thought it was so easy to get pitchforks and torches in Warsaw.
Skawan seized the opportunity, and he's bringing in a new order.
That's why we waited so long. Without you...
Warsaw is no longer a city for thaumaturges.
What were you doing for those 3 days?
I was wondering how we could leave Warsaw in case you never came back.
I had a few wounded to treat, and I prayed that the next one wouldn't be you. What are we waiting for?
I'm afraid the 3 of us will have to suffice.
What happened?
When I got to him, he was dying. Wounded in a fight with an angry mob. Anti-Thaumaturge lynchings are spreading across the city.
There will be time for remorse and grief when this is all over.
Let's get on with it.
Even though we have different motivations, I trust that the Pact is our destiny. Follow my lead. I, Emir Bernakovich Falje, worshipper of Allah, yearning for the free Republic of Poland, declare willingness to form the Pact and make the ultimate sacrifice for its cause.
I, Sarah Rivkin, follower of Moses, am willing to form our pact, hoping it will grant me freedom.
Your turn.
My name is Viktor Szulski. I'm the son of Stanisław Szulski, Thaumaturge, author of the Hypothesis Underlying Our Pact. I want to continue his work where he fell short, to succeed where he failed. For that, I am willing to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Is that it? I can't feel anything.
According to Stanisław's hypothesis, in order to conclude forming a pact, we need to read the instructions from the Black Grimoire together. Victor, focus on each of our dimensions now, and we'll help you read whatever Stanisław hid in the book. Focus on your heart first.
My heart reveals the first inscription before me. From now on, we have one heart that beats with one rhythm.
I felt it. I felt relieved.
I can feel something too.
I know that golden tail.
Very impressive. Now, the other dimensions.
Word. I cannot read this inscription.
Maybe you got distracted. Focus.
No, nothing.
Perhaps without the fourth one, we won't be able to reveal the full potential. Keep trying.
This inscription is resisting.
Let me act. From now on, all of our deeds are devoted to one common cause.
I feel a tingling in my fingers.
Don't get distracted.
Mind. This inscription evades me. It won't let me grasp it.
From now on, our mind will keep no secrets from itself. That's easy.
I think I felt your thoughts, but we'll get back to that.
That's it. I think we're done.
I think so. I know your favorite colors and many other things I didn't want to know.
Thank you, Victor.
I felt a kind of thought, a feeling. Yours. You didn't say you'd known my mother so well.
I wonder if Victor's father knew.
Let's focus on the present. Do we know what to do?
Other than what has already been said, do you feel anything else?
I have a different question. Were you going to mention you shot half of Konieczkin's face off?
Since we have no more secrets, let's move on to the plan.
I think we're all thinking the same thing. That Tsarevich will have an unforgettable birthday.
Yes, this is our last chance at an audience with the Tsar before he leaves the city.
But we can't go in empty-handed. We need arguments that will push the Tsar to make the right decision.
We can stop the madness that has spread across the city without bloodshed. If only we could get through to the Tsar's supporters at the party and...
Sneak past the Tsar's guards and military.
We'd be able to get inside the Tsar's noggin.
Let's do it.
Oh, you're actually pleasant to look at now.
These people won't break in here, will they?
Just smile and check the invitations, Parnishka.
Are your grimoires well hidden? Then we just need to get through the gate.
I'll do it myself.
Good evening. Your invitation, sir?
Don't you know who I am?
I'm afraid I don't.
The Governor General is looking for me all over the city. Do you want to discuss it with him?
No, of course not. I meant, please, do come in.
You heard the gentleman. A familiar face. Good evening.
Are you trying to cook up another scandal?
The last time I saw you, you were accompanied by two gentlemen. What happened to them?
I needed some space.
Sergei, why the hostility?
Let's see. Because you humiliated me. Because you ruined my chance to get happily married. Sofia has traveled across the ocean just to stay away from me.
Sergei, we both know that Sofia never treated you seriously. She led you on for her own enjoyment and to spite her father. But she couldn't fool a Thaumaturge.
You opened my eyes to the fact that she never loved me, for which I will be eternally grateful. Nevertheless, I need to ask, what are you actually doing here?
I'm here with my friends.
Are they Thaumaturges as well?
Why do you ask?
I believe you should listen to me.
Yes? What did you want to share with me?
I was recently elected to the city council. I've also been attending audiences with Tsar Nikolai. Things that are now being discussed at the top are making me worried.
What are you specifically worried about?
The council has prepared a series of anti-Thaumaturges decrees. They only need to be signed by the Tsar. In the decrees, Skawon advocates for such ideas as exile or creating adjustment clinics. Shall I go on?
I didn't expect to find an ally in you.
Likewise. Please, be careful.
I'd like to know some specifics. For example, those clinics.
That's the most ruthless part. Do you know what a lobotomy looks like? That's how these places are meant to socially adjust Thaumaturges. But you didn't hear it from me, all right?
Thank you, Sergei. That's enough.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to get through to the one who can help me with that. Have a good evening.
I can't eat anymore. Pass. Well, maybe just a piece of...
Maria?
What? Is it a crime to eat now? Don't pester a pregnant woman, please.
Don't you recognize me?
Oh, it's you. I've been so distracted lately. You know, being with child and all.
Do you believe that Rasputin survived the explosion?
He who believes in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. He who believes in me shall live forever. But it's a shame about Aniela. Silly woman, she could have been here with us. Oh well. I have to think about someone else now.
Congratulations. Who's the lucky father?
For behold, from henceforth, all generations shall call me blessed, for he that is mighty have done to me great things. Pretty, isn't it? I'll be giving birth to a savior. Grigory loves me more than all of you. I see you found some new company. Who are they?
These are my friends. Unlike Rasputin, they're real.
You betrayed him. He gave you everything, and you abandoned him. He'll find out about this. You will see.
I hope so. I'll be on my way.
It's best that you do. I'll stop wasting my energy on you. I have to take care of myself.
These spirits tell me you can't go any further. I can see a certain old hag there.
Would it be Countess Lermontova?
Indeed. She and her family are thick with the Romanovs.
So she must know a lot. I will talk to her, but I'm afraid she'll recognize me and call the guards.
You want me to do it, I reckon.
Keep her busy, and I'll see what I can learn from reading her belongings.
That's what I'm thinking. I suggest you start with Donut.
Donut?
Her dog. The Countess's thoughts cling to him like a barnacle. Go. I'll meet you here when you're done.
Good boy. Nothing can be kept secret from me. How was your chat with the Countess?
Better tell me what you have found. Wait, don't say it. Just focus on it. Let's not mix duty and personal life, all right?
Just checking if it works.
Sure. Are you afraid the old lady will take everything from you and your sister to build a new palace for herself? I'm sorry, I can't resist it, but I can sympathize. I can feel how important it is for you. The Countess pitched me a lovely story about how the confiscated goods would be used to help the needy.
We both know she's lying. And her decree is already on the Tsar's desk, ready to be signed.
I like these new abilities more and more. And now try to read what I think about it.
You want to get back at her? I never thought revenge was in your nature.
I'm thinking we might try to make the Countess tell everyone what she thinks out loud. So, I'll take care of everything.
Do it. I despise Lermontova and people like her.
Fine, let's do it. Watch and listen carefully. There's one more thing I would like to ask you. I feel confused about the plan to confiscate properties. Could you explain how it's really going to work, and to whose advantage?
But of course. As soon as the Tsar puts his signature on it, the Lermonts will take over the Thaumaturge's properties for a contribution to the fight against those parasites.
Mother, keep it down.
Don't be ashamed, son. You did agree to this. It would be a pity if that money was wasted. And this way, we can build you a beautiful mansion so that you can finally move out. But what good would the money do to the poor? They would just throw it away.
Mother, we should go now. Madame, please excuse us.
I didn't think I would see you again. And yet, here you are.
After what you told me at Rodblitzes recently, I had no doubt he would show up.
I always try to make the most of my opportunities. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, death for death.
Why are you here, really? What are you trying to do?
That's none of your business. Leave me alone, or I'll call the guards. They'll be happy to see a wanted fugitive.
This isn't over. Vanda?
I told you to leave me alone.
I don't care. Thaumaturge never... Vanda?
I told you to leave me alone.
I know you have a gun and you want to kill Skawan.
I was going to start with Koniechkin, but that coward got rubbed out by some random Genef. So it's Skawan's turn now. I'll kill him and anyone who gets in my way.
I'm that Ganef. I killed Koniechkin.
Then you're one of us now. Help me with Skawan.
I've got my own plans for the night, and you might upset my apple cart. I'm here with someone you know and respect. We are making a significant effort to fight for the cause without spilling blood.
Emir is here?
Yes, and if he means anything to you, put off your revenge and let us do what we need to.
Swear.
I swear. But now go home and let me act. Magdalena?
I didn't expect to see you here, Thaumaturge.
How could I miss something like this?
Yes. Today we will witness a true miracle. He will return, and with him the hope for chasing away the darkness of an uncertain future. For his grace will be with us. Do you understand?
What do you remember from this explosion?
Chaos. Blood. It's hard for me to talk about it.
Do you believe someone wanted to kill Rasputin?
Of course. The first Christians were also thrown to the lions. Satan laid his hand on Grigori and tried to break him. But he will not bend. He will defeat death and return.
What about Aniela and Lucian?
They are no longer with us. They are already enjoying the afterlife, awaiting salvation.
Do you think they deserved such a fate?
Each of us has a different fate in store for them. Aniela was chosen. She died at Grigori's side. And Lucian just disappeared one day. I think he might have left because his fate wasn't strong enough. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I need to have clarity in my heart.
It never occurred to you that Rasputin could have lied to you and that he can't actually return from the dead?
You sound like you doubt him.
Let me give you some advice. Leave before it's too late.
I don't need advice from an unbeliever. It is you who should leave.
As you wish. I can see you've picked the spot right in the thick of things. Are you having a good time?
Not too bad. I've just had a chat with a certain young lady in waiting. But we'll get back to that. I bet parties like this are nothing new for you.
I hate it here. Parties like this are the threshold of hell. In fact, my sister says I turned savage while in exile. What about the lady in waiting?
She told me that the Tsar is in one of the chambers on the upper floor. The stairs are guarded by Skawan's soldiers, and the Governor General himself is keeping an eye on the entire hall. We must make him look away.
I'll try to approach Skawan somehow.
Be careful. Is there anything else?
I've heard some news about certain decrees waiting to be signed on the Tsar's desk.
What's in them?
I managed to have a few words with a certain young man from the city council. He told me about an idea to introduce places that in a nutshell would make us Thaumaturges lose our minds, and thereby our powers.
What exactly are you talking about?
A lobotomy. At least that's what it sounds like. I've learned that one of the ideas to combat Thaumaturges will be the forfeiture of our properties.
How do you feel about it as an heir to a fortune?
To be honest, my sister should be more concerned. I only got an old book.
Still, I can't believe that brings you peace.
There's something else that bothers me.
Tell me. I'll try to help.
Vanda is here.
I was afraid she might show up. Have you talked to her?
Yes, and I know she's planning to kill Skawan in revenge.
She will die. Worse yet, she'll ruin everything we've worked toward.
I took care of her. Apart from her hurt pride and ruined plans for the evening, she's safe and sound. There's something else that bothers me.
Tell me. I'll try to help.
I'll come back later.
Good luck.
Good evening.
Who are you? I've got a feeling I've seen you before.
I came here with my friends, and I'm hoping to introduce them to you soon.
If they were truly important, I'd know them already. Have you got a cigarette?
Sadly, no.
That's too bad. Anything else I can help you with?
I can still hear gunshots from the city. As a concerned subject, can I ask if we're safe here?
I understand, and I tell you the same thing I'm telling others. The situation is under control. My best men are keeping you safe. Not even a mouse could squeeze by.
What about Thaumaturges? What if any of them managed to sneak in?
If they did, I would know about it. I can only tell you that this problem will soon be solved.
Meaning?
Thaumaturges are dangerous. Riots, explosions, that Rasputin character scout terrorists. A complete decay of authority. Their plotting affects everyone, even those dear to us.
Do you think that bearded cultist, Rasputin, is a Thaumaturge too?
Most likely. How else would he deceive so many people? Even Tsarina Alexandra looks kindly upon him. Luckily, he was killed by a bomb in a brothel.
Don't forget the cholera epidemics that keep plaguing the town. Is the Thaumaturges doing too?
I see we understand each other.
I heard one of those magicians escaped from the Citadel. Was it Shulsky?
Yes, but soon enough we'll see him dangling from a rope.
How would one know they're dealing with Shulsky?
I know their tricks. Don't worry. Besides, the chance he shows up here is close to zero.
What a relief. Thank you, Governor General.
Anything else?
Is that Shulsky guy dangerous?
Shulsky is the epitome of depravity. He had everything, but his cursed blood made him go off the rails. Such a morally unstable temper monster is capable of anything. But, as I've already said, we are safe from him here.
Thank you. I feel better now.
My mission is to protect the Tsar's subjects.
Let's change the subject.
Good idea.
How do you find His Royal Highness's birthday party?
As the one in charge of Warsaw, I have my duties regarding the royal couple, so I am not paying much attention to the banquet. You must excuse me.
The pile of presents for the Tsarevich looks impressive and continues to grow.
Yes, indeed.
I know what you gave little Alexei, but I heard that the gift was regarded as inappropriate by some. As a child, I dreamed about having one.
You might be right. Perhaps a knife isn't a proper gift for a child. He might cut himself and... Yes, it might not have been the best present.
Let's change the subject.
Good idea.
How is Miss Sophia doing? Is she in good health?
I don't have a daughter, and I suggest you watch your mouth.
Let's change the subject.
Good idea.
I won't take any more of your time.
Enjoy yourself.
And?
I talked to the Governor General.
So, how does it feel to come face to face with the Butcher of Warsaw and exchange pleasantries about refreshments?
Up close, he doesn't seem so scary.
Right. Have you learned anything that might help?
The governor carries the flaw, and I want to take advantage of it.
Are you going to rid him of it? Surely it may affect his well-being.
And I hope we can get rid of him that way.
Wait. Before we start, you should make sure we're ready to talk to the Tsar. There will be no turning back.
I believe I've gotten everything I could.
Fine. Scowan's flaw. It might work. Just promise me one thing. You'll be extremely cautious with him.
I know what I'm doing. I was the one who found the Black Grimoire. I was the one who started the pact. And it won't be my first time seizing a flaw.
Hopefully not the last either. Shall we?
We wanted to talk to you, my friends and I.
Where am I?
Governor General?
Welcome to inside your head, Scowan. We've got you now. Wait a second. Something's wrong. Shouldn't he be unconscious?
Unless he has his own powers, his conscious state could be an effect of the pact.
Sarah Rifkin? And you? What's going on here? Who are you?
My name is Viktor Shulsky.
Shulsky. I will have you executed on the spot, all of you!
So, shall we get down to it?
Go on. I can't wait. What does it feel like to be at the mercy of Thaumaturges?
Terrifying. What is this?
You've just found out that we're not capable of lying in this place. Intriguing, isn't it?
What am I hearing? You want to experiment on us, deprive us of powers and reason.
May Allah have mercy on you.
I'll deal with him. I'll show the butcher his place.
No, I'll deal with it myself.
You know how much pain he's caused me, and still you deny me this.
Maniacs! Stop haggling over me like I was a side of meat!
Go ahead.
Think about the humiliation you felt when your present wasn't appreciated.
It wasn't about the present.
Then what was it?
The fact that Tsarevich's illness was kept secret from me.
Right. And you want to be the most important. You want to know everything, control everything.
That's the only way we can have order.
Let's talk about your daughter. Here you cannot deny it.
The apple of my eye, hurt by a Thaumaturge.
It was I that sweet Sophia had a brush with. I did it to her.
You tainted her, deceived her, bedeviled. I'll kill you like a dog.
I lack the knowledge to move further.
I said I would do it. Your worst nightmare is coming true. A Thaumaturge will remind you of what true fear means. You're scared of her, even though she's been dead for many years. She repaid you for the way you oppressed her because she had powers and you didn't.
What happened to you?
She sent a demon after me. My own sister. She brought down nightmares upon me. I went my bed for years.
That's why your fear turned into anger and anger into hate. You pathetic creature. And now we all suffer because you're an oppressor by nature. Say what you did to her and what you're planning for us.
I smashed her skull with a brick and threw her body down a well. Once the Tsar signs our decrees, we will seize all of you and mangle your brains. I will kill all of you, one by one.
The floor is ready. Remove it, and we can go.
Remove it? You want to give him relief? He doesn't deserve peace. Besides, he's seen our faces.
Samira is right. This story won't end this way.
Victor... Sarah...
Let me show you something.
Watch carefully.
No, I don't. Leave me alone. Leave me. Go, demon, demon, leave me!
I expected more mercy from you. Let's go.
I had a feeling it was going too easy.
You! Who are you? Rukivier!
I'm afraid I've got other plans.
Couldn't you have handled it some other way?
What was I supposed to do? Have a duel of arguments with him?
Stop it. We've got things to do here.
Stop! Who are you? Skawan!
You need a new Governor General. This one won't do anymore.
Don't come any closer!
Better put it down before anyone gets hurt.
You don't need anger and fear now. Be calm and lower your weapon. It won't do any good here.
Can you do that now? Through the pact?
So it seems.
What is going on? How? How is that possible? You must be Thaumaturges. Is that a revolution? Are you here to kill me?
Will you let me speak?
Be my guest.
Your Majesty, we came here because our lives are in jeopardy. The most crucial thing for us is that you stop hunting Thaumaturges. The pogroms must end.
Tell me why would I agree to anything?
We stand before your majesty not as some motley crew, but as a group of Thaumaturges united by a pact. We've done the impossible to get here today.
And from that position, we seek to start a dialogue. We believe it will bring mutual benefits.
Do you have a name for it?
You can call us the Coterie.
Go on. Who knows, we might reach an agreement after all.
We know there are some decrees on the Tsar's desk awaiting your signature.
And what do you think is in them?
We know the decrees stipulate creating special adjustment clinics, and Thaumaturges won't be the only patients there.
Your subjects, so diverse in terms of ethnicity and religion, will surely recognize the threat, and their fear will turn into hatred. The Empire will fall.
The Crown has enough enemies outside without having to deal with internal ones.
Still not enough to convince me, Thaumaturge.
The Coterie could become a powerful ally of your Imperial Majesty, here in Warsaw, and in Poland.
What we have presented so far testifies in our favor. We have no trouble learning the secrets of people's hearts and minds.
And we are willing to share them.
I've heard enough. I understand you want something in exchange. Let me hear it.
We want a convenient agreement. More freedom in exchange for our cooperation as Thaumaturges.
We want more freedom in the political and social domain for everyone. The people of Warsaw, one of the most important municipalities in Russia, will remember your gesture.
Is that all?
Make the Okhrana forget about Tsarevkin and let her files disappear from their archives forever.
You want power. Just admit it already. The sooner you admit it, the better. Power can be won or bestowed. Today, you did both. We will meet your demands and expect allegiance and loyalty in return. So help me God. If that's all, Thaumaturge, I trust we have reached an agreement.
Do I hear applause? What's going on there?
Time's running out, and my guests are waiting. Let's keep it short.
Is that it? Can I finally get some champagne?
Stanisław can finally rest in peace, son. You should be proud. We all owe you a lot.
We couldn't fail. After all, I was here with you.
You're too generous, sir.
Friends, today on the birthday of my son and successor, my father's words show the direction of my thoughts. The voice of God orders us courageously to undertake, in deference to divine intention, the task of ruling, with faith in the strength and rightness of autocratic power. The riots in Warsaw fill our hearts with much sadness, and the nation's grief is also the grief of the Emperor of Russia. We have closed our eyes to the suffering of our people, to the suffering of Thaumaturge, who were granted their powers by God. Which is why I consider it our moral duty to stop all kinds of violence against them, effective immediately. That is our wish. However, may those who take my grace for weakness know that the Russian Empire is strong and ruthless against its enemies. So help me God.
I'm glad to find you in good health. You didn't look like you were going to recover.
I suppose you couldn't see very well from where you were standing.
New company?
Friends.
What now?
First of all, if it wasn't for me, you would still be treating joint pains in exchange for hens, goats, and groats with fat.
And if it wasn't for me, you'd be dead. Enjoy this moment of bliss. It might not last long.
That sounded like a threat.
Victor, is everything all right? Is this that Rasputin of yours? I expected something more.
Assalamu alaikum. Would you tell me how you are able to talk with us here?
This must be your new daddy, Victor. Aren't you going to introduce me? And this must be the famous Madame Samira, the identity thief. Wait, I think someone is missing. Oh, right. You were so selfish that you didn't keep your word. And you didn't give him the golem. And he died.
Is he bothering you?
Indeed, and I could use some help.
Get out! This is between you and me. And your magician friends can't help you. There's no winning against me. You should have learned that by now.
How dare he throw us out? Did you explain it all to him? Is everything all right?
I think so.
I must admit, he is remarkable.
Rasputin? Что с вами?
It's nothing. Know your place.
I can't stand the cold of the snow. There's no use for it.
And the glasses constantly fog up when you come into a warm room.
Then why do you wear them?
After the explosion, I'm having problems with my eyesight.
Now that you wear them, you really are the spitting image of Stanisław. Some tea to warm up?
I won't say no to that. I heard a new rumor apropos Skałon. We did such a number on him, he ended up in Tvorki. They say there's no way to get through to him.
The Butcher of Warsaw deserved such a fate.
Mercy doesn't cost anything.
The other news is rather grim. There's a new political power on the rise in the city. Besides being resentful of Jews, they also want to get rid of thaumaturges and homosexuals.
What about the Tatars?
Let's ask. They're getting together at a bar in Vola.
Who are they exactly?
Friends of yours from the Anti-Thaumaturge Society. They resurrected themselves like a phoenix. They expanded their ranks to include the dredges from the Socialists.
Let's go. Let's listen to what they have to say at these drinking bouts of theirs.
Is today that special day when you're not preoccupied with your little revolutionary?
Maybe yes, maybe no.
They won't protect you. Every debt will be repaid, one way or another.
Victor, what are you waiting for?
Doesn't matter. Let's go. They say your choices define your value. What does that make me? The Uper took me on a journey that made me realize how my difficult relationship with my father looked from his point of view, and how I should look at it in hindsight. Ligia doesn't want to know me. Sometimes I catch myself wandering toward our home. I watch her from afar. I make sure she's safe, and hope that someday she invites me for some cocoa. But the door remains shut. Despite the coterie's efforts, the situation in the city is getting worse. Uncle Sasha still works on the force, which entails constant danger. The circumstances of the Warsaw Ochrana chief's death have never been clarified, and hopefully it will stay that way.
All right, Victor. Move on to what's really interesting.
Which is?
Aboritz and Victor remain friends, and together they spread terror throughout the bars of Warsaw. With my charisma and your money.
Fine, Aboritz. I think they got it. That's enough.
But you will come for some booze later, right? Don't forget.
I will. Go now. The situation in the city is tense. Warsaw has been divided between those seeking a bloody revolution and those who'd rather see cooler heads prevail. The stalemate will not last long. As for the Flying University, the idea faded and died in the Ochrana cells where the rebellious students were locked up. The weary traveler made it to his longed-for Albuquerque. How do I know? That's a completely different story. But enough about that. It's time for a new adventure, my friend.